So can national security concerns derail this latest push for immigration reform here in the United States? Joining me now with their takes on all of this, Jack Martin, Director of Special Projects at the Federation for American Immigration Reform, and Tamar Jacoby. She is President and CEO of Immigration Works USA. Welcome to The Heat. Let's start there. You both heard Senator Grassley. Why don't I begin with you, Jack? Is this a legitimate concern?
Well, there are two issues related to the Boston terrorism. One of them has to do with the Zorayev brothers who came in legally under our refugee policies and were living in this country. And what happened with regard to that family sort of points up the fact that we have problems right now assimilating our refugee population. Many of them are unemployed. They're dependent upon federal benefits, and they are not happy often with their new life in America. The other issue is the two who were arrested subsequently, showed up yesterday in terms of arrests. They had been in the country as students on student visas, but they had lost their student status. They had traveled, at least one of them had traveled out of the country and had come back into the country even though he was no longer registered as a student. That never should have happened. So our system of tracking entry and exit obviously is broken down.
Let me get your thoughts.
Talking in broader terms, reform is actually going to make the country a lot safer. We have 11 million people in these countries whose real names we don't even know, let alone their backgrounds or where exactly they live or what they do. It's going to be much better when they come out of the shadows. We do background checks and make sure that everybody is somebody we want to have here, send home the ones that don't meet the test, and then know where people are. And also for the people coming across the border, I'll never forget the Border Patrol agent who said to me, Tamar, if somebody comes across this border where I'm stationed in Arizona with a nuclear truck, and I don't catch him, a truck with nuclear material in it, and I don't catch him because I'm chasing your next busboy or my next gardener, I'll never forgive myself. So we need to find out who the people are here, and we need to create legal ways for workers to come so the guys on the border can really look for the bad guys.
Now, Senator Grassley and Senator Coates both have expressed concerns about this. Senator John McCain, who's also a Republican, says this is ludicrous. So I want to get your thoughts. Do you think that some Republicans are trying to politicize this to derail this possibility of reform?
You know, look, there are going to be Republicans who are question the possibility of reform. I don't want to accuse anybody of using death as a political means. They're a political tool. There are obviously people who are questioning reform and do want to slow it down and do it more deliberately, but let's not cast any aspersions. I don't want to cast aspersions even to my opponents in this.
All right, well, that's good. You want to?
I think that everybody is concerned about the security issue and the fact that we don't have control over our border. We don't have control over the entry-exit system in order to know when people are staying in the country illegally. We don't know when people are coming in legally and staying and taking jobs.
The bill's going to improve the exit system. Are you pleased with that piece of it?
If the bill were confined to the enforcement provisions, we certainly would be in favor of that because we've been supporting those provisions for years.
So the bill's going to fix the exit system. The bill, we've had the idea of an exit system on the books for years, that we would track not just who comes in, but who goes out. And they haven't managed to implement it over several years. And what this bill is going to do is going to say we insist on it getting implemented before anybody gets to be a citizen. And that will put a lot of momentum behind implementing tracking who leaves. And so here's something that Jack and I actually agree. We don't agree on much, but here's something we agree on, that the exit provisions of the bill are a good provision.
That's good, Tamar. If we could also agree that those provisions ought to go into effect immediately before we started any process of legalization.
They can't be put into
What about the economic impact of this? And I'll start with you.
The economic impact of this is going to be very helpful. Every country in the world, including the U.S. and China, by the way, compete to attract the brain power, the engineers and the PhD scientists and the medical technicians. They're what make economies strong now. And all the countries in the world want more of them, and they want to be able to get the best and the smartest ones. And this bill is going to actually help us do a better job of attracting the best and the smartest ones and keeping the ones who graduate from our schools, keeping them here and putting them to work in our economy.
He's like the cat that caught the canary.
The only problem is the bill does not focus only on highly skilled people coming into the country. It brings in a stream of unskilled workers and moderately skilled workers. who are going to be competing against Americans for jobs, and what happens to the Americans when they don't
They
get
don't
those
actually
jobs?
compete. They don't actually
I was
compete
going to
against
say,
Americans.
Tamar's argument, I hear this all the time. I hear this from business people who are like, they're competing, they're hiring Americans, but they're competing against the guys who are getting...
There is no job in the United States that is done only by immigrant workers. There are Americans who are making up beds in hotels. There are Americans who are janitors. You know, whatever they're picking crops as well.
Can I speak to this? Our workforce has changed dramatically in the last 50 years. It used to be that about half of our workforce were unskilled workers who hadn't graduated from high school. Now, less than 10% of our workforce are people who haven't graduated from high school, but we still need a lot of unskilled workers. So sure, there are pockets of places where Americans will do those jobs, but there aren't enough workers like that for all the unskilled work we need done, and we need some immigrants to supplement them. And that actually creates jobs for Americans, because if you can open a restaurant because you have someone to wash the dishes who's an immigrant, that allows you to hire a waiter and hire a chef and give more work to an architect and give more work to a laundry service. So even these low-skilled immigrants actually create and support jobs for Americans.
Jack, is she...
Tamara, I think you're forgetting about the unemployment population right now, the very heavy unemployment among unskilled Americans who are looking for jobs. And it's really irresponsible to be contemplating bringing in additional hundreds of thousands or millions of people to compete with our unskilled, unemployed Americans.
The program contemplated in the bill would make the employers try to hire Americans first and prove they try to hire Americans first. Only if they can't find an American would they be able to hire an immigrant worker.
We're just about out of time. Jack, I'll throw it in your direction. Is there going to be a deal? Can a deal be made?
You know, the conflict in answer to that question is whether or not the American public that is concerned about the high level of immigration already has its say and is concerned about illegal immigration, or if the business interests that Tamar represents that are in favor of bringing in more workers to compete for the limited number of jobs that are already available.
We're almost out of time. Your thoughts?
I think that there's about a 50-50 chance that we'll get a deal, which is about higher than I've ever seen it. I've been doing this for many years, so it's still only about 50-50, but I'm hopeful.
50-50 is better than years
nothing.
past. Thank you both for coming in.
Thanks
Certainly appreciate it.
Pleasure.